All right, welcome back to my channel. We are going to shut this silver cell down for a little inspection. We've been running this for about 3 or 4 weeks. And I gotta tell you, man, we have been rolling on this. I'm gonna power everything off and remove the leads. Safety first. And we are going to just do a little inspection. Like, I feel like we've got to make this anode bag a little bit smaller, and we'll go from there. But we're going to drain it, and I'll give you a bird's eye view of what the solids look like. All right, so let's take a look at this cathode. Man, that's pretty heavy, and we're gonna have to wash that off. Kind of want to it feels like it's like 5 pounds, but you know, nothing like accuracy. So we're going to weigh that. I'll have to tear out something and come back with some data. So we're going to tear it out, and we're going to kind of get a rough weight on it. I'll have to pull that chopstick out for accuracy, but that's a skewer actually. All right, that's 2.7 kilos or 2,739 grams. That's not a bad copper haul. That's could definitely be cleaned up a little bit. But so what do you guys think? There's the silver from all the copper brazed joints. That's the sulfloss that came off, and that little piece of metal in there is from my copper anode. I'll have to fish that out. I feel like that's been cemented, but man, that looks great. We'll process that with nitric acid and then cement it out. But we'll let that dry and then dip it in weak or dilute nitric acid and return the solution here back to the cell and start something new with it. I gotta say, I'm impressed with the copper cell. It's a little workhorse, and this little beast has worked non-stop for, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 weeks. It was running kind of low, 1.3 to 1.1 volts. The amps were about, 3 amps on it. I think it was like 5 watts. I'll have to review the history on that. But man, this is a little workhorse. We produced 2.7 kilograms of copper. We've got our silver slimes right there, so we'll process that. And man, I got to tell you, this is the copper cell. To me, it's a little workhorse. I feel like it's underrated in refining. All right, let's give it a little close up of the slimes. We'll be processing that with. First, I'm gonna clean it up with some boiling water because there is some copper sulfate crystals on the bottom of the bag, and then we'll dilute it. We use dilute nitric acid to dissolve the copper and the silver, and then cement it out.